most embarrassing thing you've done locked? And that's from Dan Ham 136. Oh, Dan Ham 136. How long do you have? Well, hello there. Okay, so this is a video I've wanted to do for a long time. A lot of the time I get different questions and DMs on my accounts. I want to answer all of them and give you proper responses, but I don't get the time. Because honestly, I'm shite at replying at times. I get caught up in work, and different times that I go on social media, I'm not great at interacting a lot. I'll post something and then feck off to go and probably have pints. Let's be real. So I want to do a proper video dedicated to answering any questions you have. I did put it out on my Instagram earlier to send me on any questions you may have, and I'll answer them in this video. So I have all the questions on my phone, and I can't believe I got that. And with keeping with my only cans tradition, I am going to be doing this video enjoying a can of Smithwick's. I'll also be lighting my patron saint of cans candle, which my brother bought me for Christmas and has my face on it, which has now melted because it was left in the sun. So it now kind of represents how I feel the morning after a few pints, which is fairly melted. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Sesh. Let's get into it. I am excited to do this. First question. Where do you get your epic t-shirts from? P.S. You're a beaut. At Rob. So that's from Rob9367. Catchy. My t-shirts. I have a collection of t-shirts and designs that are both my own and ones that I buy from quirky. I like to support different Teesprings and quirky shops online, and then I started making my own because with my job I get to make a lot of memes and have different things that I put online that people seem to really like. And I remember one time someone just told me you should sell those on t-shirts. I mean, I'd never thought of it before. I mean, even I have here my knobber jumper, and I just made this for myself, so I was just wearing that, and I had pictures of it and people were like, I want to buy that, which blew my mind that other people would want this. So then I set up a Teesprings account because people had recommended Teesprings. I set it up and people started buying it on t-shirts, on jumpers, on mugs, and it blew my mind. Like the idea of knobber being anywhere else in the world and on people wearing knobber on their chest, because who doesn't want knobber on their chest? I can't put into words how cool of a feeling that was, and I've gotten so many pictures of people who have bought different designs of mine now all around the world, and I'm like, oh my god, it's insane. Someone sent me one of my mugs at the Golden Gate Bridge, and that was too much. I couldn't. So thank you all so much for anyone who has bought or supported. You're all fucking legends. Other designs then, like this one here, which is a very important life lesson, that life is meaningless and everything dies. That's one that my brother bought me because he equally has a love of bullshit and quirky designs. I think I have another one of his here that he bought me before. Yeah. This is another one that he designed for me. I can't even explain this, but this is one he bought me to wear with a nun that just says shame on it. And he's still a favourite child, so, but clearly quirky shirts and stuff runs in our family. I don't know, we just like buying and designing them, so yeah. And the beaut thing, Rob, you're drunk, go home. Second question, are you healed up now? That's from Joe, son of a Gib. I take that that's referring to I recently had gun surgery, which did not go well. My stitches burst repeatedly, there was a lot of blood loss, but thankfully the stitches have healed and I can now drink pints, thankfully, without losing blood, so that's always a plus. So thank you. I do sadly still have to get work done, but each time is a little less, and it gets I won't say it gets less difficult, but you kind of get used to it, I guess. That is really sad, but there you go. Would you ever go on a comedy tour of Ireland? Oh, would love to see you but live very far away. And that is from Viva La Vida David. Thank you for that. Would I? I have done gigs at different venues across Ireland, at different counties, at different times, and I love going and seeing different parts of Ireland that I've never been. That's class. I would love to do a tour, but I don't have an hour of my own material yet. I don't, and I wouldn't feel fair doing that right now. to people, especially because of COVID-19. There aren't a lot of venues open, and there's a lot of venues with restricted audiences, and for people to be willing to go to a venue, I would want to be bringing my absolute A game of an hour of material, and I don't have that yet. And sadly, stand-up kind of stopped while I was just starting to get into a run of things, so when things all start back up, I'll see if I go back. I've done support slots for other acts who've gone around the country, but I've never done a solo tour. Myself and Martin Angolo had actually planned to do a mini tour around Ireland, but that, sadly, RIP, because of COVID, had to be put on pause and cancelled. So who knows, next year or the year after that, when things start back up, we might get back to it. So watch this space. But I wouldn't be watching it now. I mean, start watching it maybe in a year's time when things start opening up. You're wasting your time watching it now. It'll be a long time. If you could have something from the States in Ireland that you don't have, what would it be? And that's from Brent Laney, 78. I'm gonna guess that 78 is the year you were born. Am I right? Okay. Wow, that is a tough question because I was in America in February with the Tri Channel, as you know, before COVID, and there's just so many things. I don't know where to start. Jack Link's beef jerky and jerky in general, their teriyaki one, the whole range of beef jerky I adored. And I have found different jerkies here in Ireland and they're just not the same. Okay, they're just not the same. I fucking love it out there. If we could get that kind of jerky here in Ireland, I'd be delighted. Obviously, I wish Four Loko was here, but I think it's for the best that it's not, because I'd probably be hospitalised right now if Four Loko was in Ireland. It's one hell of a drug. But only the apple one. I really like the apple one. There's other flavours, not for me. Different breakfast cereals, okay? I have such a love of breakfast cereal, and America has the craziest but most amazing flavours. I mean, we did a few try videos where we tried weird breakfast cereals. I was so happy because they weren't weird to me. They were delicious. There was one, it was like chicken and waffles. Bloody delightful. There was a s'mores breakfast cereal though that I remember. It was divine, and it comes, you could get it in like a kilo bag, and when we were in America, we were in Target, and I saw it there in the kilo bag and I just wanted to bring it and put it in my suitcase and bring it home, but I did not have enough room. That, honestly, I think I wish we could have that breakfast cereal. I wish we could have proper jerky and Four Loko. They're my three, because you asked for three, right? Well, you got three. Vampires or werewolves? I'm gonna go werewolves. Dick the dude asks, favorite fiction book you read? Okay, I hope this will be accepted as an answer. It's a book of short fiction stories wrote by B.J. Novak, who you might know better as Ryan in The Office, the US Office, and it's called One More Thing and Other Stories. It's a collection of short comedy stories, and it's fucking hilarious. And that question also asks what's the most recent fiction book I've read, and that would be that book, because I always reread it and I'll read a few different stories within it. And the fact that the first episode he wrote for The Office, I was listening to the Office Ladies podcast, and he wrote his first episode, which was in the first series of The Office, at age 25. I'm 26 now. I've achieved fuck all of my life. He's there writing the first series of The Office at 25. That man. Aside from that, then I also read, not fiction technically, but Steve Martin's autobiography, Born Standing Up, about his experience in comedy and how he got into stand-up and why he stopped doing stand-up. It's a fantastic read. Even if you're not in comedy or into comedy, I would highly recommend it. So check it out. What is the most embarrassing thing you've done locked? And that's from Dan Ham 136. Oh, Dan Ham 136. How long do you have? Okay, there's two stories jumping out at me. One is I got very drunk one night, don't remember it, and I woke up the next morning to texts from a girl called Louise. Didn't know the number. I had 3 missed calls from her, didn't answer, and then a text came through that said, "Hey Justine, this is Louise from last night. Just wondering, are you still interested in buying my hamster?" Who buys a hamster on a night out? Who? And sorry, my question is, Louise, who sells a hamster on a night out? What? How badly did you need to get rid of this hamster? Okay, I have no interest in hamsters. I don't like them. I'm all about dogs. I don't dislike hamsters, but I'm not out there trying to buy them. So I don't know why I was trying to buy a hamster. I don't know, did she have the hamster there? There's just so many unanswered questions that I don't even want answered. So that's probably one. And then two would be a night out in Dundalk. I was there with my friend Megan. We got kicked out of the nightclub because we were drunk. We don't remember that. Don't remember that. One of our friends who was still in the nightclub told us the next day. We were staying back at her house, but we didn't really know Dundalk, and it was a whole college estate. So we got out of the taxi. We had no money for the taxi man then. We paid him in used scratch cards. We had won €4 on a scratch card. So we gave him the scratch card because the fare was €4. He accepted it, lovely man. And we went into the house, fell asleep, woke up the next morning, and there was a woman standing there shouting, "You don't live here." We had, in our drunken state, gone into the house next door and fallen asleep on the couch. We were meant to stay on the couch anyway, so we had fallen asleep. And yeah, it turns out we had gone into someone else's house and fell asleep on their couch. Now my question there is, why did they leave their door open? You were asking for trouble leaving your front door unlocked in a student complex. And I don't know, that's probably up there. But thankfully there wasn't a load of people there to witness it. It was just me and my friend Megan and said lady who promptly had us leave her house, as you would, to alcohol. Annie Madalini asks, how are you so funny? Annie, how are you so fucking sound? MP Hogan 67 asks, when are you coming to America? Got to get the parade ready. I really want to come back to America. It's just planning it now with COVID and a time when it will be safe in the future to do so. I really want to visit every state. I watched the series recently by Stephen Fry where he travelled to every state in America. I watched that recently, taking notes on different aspects of each state that I liked and wanted to visit and wanted to see. I really want to do a full tour around America, and I hope I can plan that in the future. I really do. It's also trying to find a way that how I can do that with a visa, or how I will be able to do that. I've been to America, obviously with the Tri Channel in Orlando, Florida. I was in New York for 48 hours for a work thing, so it was a very rushed, got to see, you know, Times Square, different areas very quickly. I didn't get to do anything really. I got Chipotle though. That was my first Chipotle because I love burritos and because it's the favourite burrito of one of my favourite comics, Joe List. So I had to do that. I was also in Chicago and Indiana when I was 11 because I have cousins living in Indiana. But yeah, so honestly, when it will just be sometime in the future. In the words of Terminator himself, I'll be back. Renaud Bro asks, will you ever come to Quebec? There's so much to see, and we've got Smithwick's in every store. Oh my god, Quebec has Smithwick's. I'm fucking there. What is your favourite page of the Book of Kells? Says Way Uptown. Obviously, page 69. It's nice. Josh Woodfield 16 asked, which Try video have you been the drunkest on? Whew, that is a very good question. There is definitely one that stands out though, and that has to be the absinthe shoot. The absinthe roulette we played ruined me, and then we did obviously the Bob Ross video after that, which we all know. But what people don't know is that night I had to go and do a stand-up gig, and myself and Martin Angolo went. He tried to mind me. We went to get food afterwards to sober me up. I spilled a whole soup on myself. That was fun, and then I went and did the gig. It was okay. It went better than I expected, to be honest. And then the next morning I have a text from my friend back in Nobber who said, just heard on the radio you were locked last night. So you think about having the fear after drinking. I'm suddenly like, how does he... What? So it turns out Fiona from the Tri Channel had gone on to the radio doing her AA traffic reports, and that morning they had asked her, oh, any news get up to much last night? And she said, oh, I did a stand-up gig and Justine was there and she'd had a few pints. So it was broadcast on national morning radio that I had been locked the night before across Ireland first thing in the morning, so that obviously multiplied my fear by a million, and I don't think any try shoot will ever have me like in as much as a state as I was after that shoot. But it was worth it for the Bob Ross video, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Nick Fracker asks, Canadians? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Canadians? There is a question. What do you really think about them? Well, I will tell you, Mick, I think you have one of the best brands of cakes in your country, and you're clever fuckers because you're not exporting it, you're keeping it there all for yourselves because it's fucking fantastic. Yes, I am talking about Bashon cakes. Honestly, the best thing I've ever put in my mouth, and I said that at the time and I stand by it. That billow log fucking injected straight into me the moistest cake I've ever had. I was moist after eating it. I'm moist thinking about it now. It was the best thing I've ever had. So Canada brings joy to my life. Anything that's come from Canada has given me joy. Billow logs, maple syrup, Ryan Reynolds' face. Just keep it coming. I'm gonna leave it there because my pint is finished, but I have so many more questions to answer that I can't even get through today. I will do another Q&A video later down the line, but thank you to everyone who submit questions. Sorry I didn't get to answer everyone's. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Check out some more of my other videos. They should be appearing on the screen here now. I'm still figuring out YouTube, but I hope I'm doing it okay, or figuring it out as we go, and I hope you're liking what I'm doing as we go. And thank you again so much for everyone who's watched, subscribed, commented, and all the support. You're all a fucking legend. You're all